Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Delightful Kiss Boy, and welcome back to Buckshot Roulette. Now, I'm doing something a little bit different here. Today I woke up and I saw, hey, Markiplier uploaded a video of him doing endless mode for, I think, the first time. And I thought it'd be kind of cool because I played this game quite a bit, and I kind of know my shit about it, TBH. If I could watch it and give my commentary on the moves and the decisions he makes. Now, Markiplier, he's a smart guy, so I'm anticipating not a whole lot of, a ton of blunders, but let's just go through it. I think I can give an insightful commentary, we can learn a little bit, and we can have fun watching some Markiplier. All right, let's just jump into the video.
Welcome back to Buckshot Roulette.
Hey, thanks, Mark.
Remember last time when I said if there was if I asked if
No, I don't remember that.
Welcome back to Buckshot Roulette. We're gonna take some pills.
Hell yeah, brother. Take those ludes.
Mode, and I'm not gonna be called the devil.
All right.
Because that would be dumb. Who would do that? So
Get into it. All right, so we're in round one here. What's Mark gonna do? Mark has got
I don't even know.
a magnifying glass, pretty good, and he's got smokes.
More?
All right, and the computer has the same thing. It's 2 health here each, and 3 and 3 here.
Wait a minute. That's
So
a
3 and 3. So what I would do here,
say
because he's got no shot of dying here, and the AI dealer would just heal back up to 2. I would just shoot blindly here. Shoot into the dealer, and then that's all you do. And you wait later to use the magnifying glass when you can get a kill potentially or have better odds of seeing a live round. That's what I would do. So let's see what he does. He's taking a look-see. He's thinking. He's in the tank.
I wasn't looking at the shells. All right, let's see what happens.
All right, so he doesn't know what the shells are. He takes a shot. Nice, he hits.
All right.
So it's now 2 and 3 remaining. He doesn't know that because he wasn't looking at the shells.
You get.
So now the AI dealer uses items as soon as possible. He takes a look. Probably going to see a blank here. Let's see what happens. He's going to smoke up to 2. There's a 60% chance he saw a blank. If he did, he'll shoot himself. If not, he's going to shoot Mark. And he shoots himself. So we saw a blank here. So it's now 2 and 2 again.
I expected that to go off.
So 2 and 2 again, and he's going to shoot himself again because the dealer, when he doesn't know what the shell is, he just does a coin flip. So it's 50-50 odds that he'll shoot himself versus Mark. So what you saw there, yeah, was pretty dumb. And Mark is rightfully flabbergasted, but that's just how the dealer works. It's coin flips other than the last round or if he uses a magnifying glass. So Markiplier, he uses the magnifying glass to guarantee a shot here because there was 1 live, 1 blank remaining, and he just shoots into the dealer, and then he wins the round.
Wow.
So well played, Mark. Well played.
A lot of blood.
Yeah, this is how you do it. So what you want to do a lot of the time is just, if the dealer doesn't have magnifying glasses, you can kind of just count on the dealer fucking up all the time and shooting himself half the time. So not that bad to let him go. All right, so they each have a handsaw now. 2 health, and that is 3 and 3. All right, so let's see what Mark does, because he's going to start the round.
You know, if luck's on my side, then this could
So here, let me just say what I would do. Yeah, okay, so what I would do here is I would just go for the 50-50 of hitting the handsaw. The dealer has a handsaw. Now the dealer, whenever he shoots at you and he has a handsaw, he will use the handsaw. So even though there's a 50-50 shot that the dealer shoots himself versus you, I think you just cut out the odds that he shoots you, that the coin flip comes up shooting you, and then he uses the handsaw, and then he actually hits a live round, and then you just instantly lose. So I think taking the 50-50 shot of just winning right here is the best strategy. So I think Mark is doing the right thing. Hell yeah, brother. You're off to a good start. He's a smart man. He's going to shoot, and let's see what happens. All right, he hits. Yep. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Playing well so far, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, give yourself a little pat on the back, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what he does in the next round. Round 3. All right. See if he makes any mistakes. So this is the double or nothing round. Just let me give you some commentary. So he might not know that, because he probably hasn't played this before, but any items that he doesn't use here get carried over into the next round after you do the double or nothing. So it's worth trying to conserve your items in the 3rd round, but he might not know that, so I'm not going to dock him any points for not taking that into consideration. So let's just see what he does.
Round 3.
Let's see what he gets. Round 3.
If I was a speedrunner, I'd be doing really good.
All right, round 3, he's got some booze, some brewskis. And then the dealer has a handsaw. They're at 4 health. and this is 3 and 3.
I
Okay.
like those odds.
Now this is
Wait a
interesting. This
minute.
is actually
Why
something
do
that you may not
when I
know.
get a beer?
So if you run the expected values here, generally using beer when there is an even number of shells and the shells are like an equal proportion, it's usually better. You get better odds that way. It has to do with the way that the basically if you run the rest of the round out, you get better odds drinking here than not drinking. However, what I would do here, because this is the carryover round and you can get better value out of beer later or beer in multiples, I would opt not to use beer here, especially because you're at 4 health. But using beer here, it's perfectly valid if he goes and does that, because it does technically increase your odds of dealing more damage to the dealer. I'm not going to go into the math now, but you can just run the expected values for the entire round with no items, and you'll see that on like a 3 and 3 or a 4 and 4 or a 2 and 2, drinking beer actually does help you on average slightly. So I'm not going to dock him points if he uses it. So let's see what he does. Jamming out. The soundtrack in this game is pretty bopping. I'm not going to lie. I like it. All right, he's going to eject a blank. Nice. So now he has 60% chance of hitting here, so he obviously shoots the dealer. Good shit, good shit. It's now 2 and 2. Dealer's going to shoot randomly here. So he might shoot Mark. He's going to take the 50-50 of, you know, he got the coin flip to shoot Mark, and then since he's shooting Mark, he is going to use the handsaw. And let's see if he hits. He does hit. So he hits Mark for 2. And now there is 1 live and 2 blanks. Now I'm interested to see what Mark does here, because a lot of people, when they're just starting the game, they think, okay, well, more likely than not, the next one is a blank. So they'll shoot themselves to try to get it out of the way. That's not the right move, though. If you run the math, okay, so think about this. If there's 1 live and there's 1 blank, right? And it's just you versus the dealer, no matter whose turn it is a 50-50 shot as to who's going to take the 1. Either the dealer shoots you, and it's a blank, in which case the dealer's going to take 1 because you get the turn next, you shoot back. Or he shoots you and it's a live one, you end up taking 1. So that's 50-50 chance either way. Or if it's your turn and you shoot the blank, you know, it's a coin flip, right? A coin flip scenario. So whenever you get to 1 blank and 1 live, and there's no items involved, it's always a coin flip, okay? If there's 1 live and 2 blanks, all right, if you shoot the dealer, there's a 1 out of 3 shot that it's the live one. There's a 2 out of 3 chance that it's a blank. If you hit the blank, it ends up being that 50-50 coin flip scenario, right? So because of that, that's expected value 0. But you shooting the dealer adds a 1/3 chance of dealing the 1, in which case there's no more lives and then the dealer can't deal any damage back to you. If you shoot yourself and it is a blank, you end up once again in that 50-50 scenario, which is just a coin flip. But you took a 1 out of 3 shot that you're going to be taking 1, right? So you've just, for no reason, basically, taken a 1 out of 3 chance of hurting yourself when you should just be shooting into the dealer and taking a 1/3 chance that you'll hit him. Because once you get past that, if you hit a blank, which you most likely will, it's just a coin flip again, and it's just a toss-up. So he should be shooting dealer here. Let's see what he does.
And then 2 can play at that game.
All right, what are you going to do, Mark?
That there's 1 of these and 1 of this. Also, how can I climb back from this? So there's been 2. 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Okay, he's going to shoot himself. Okay, we'll see what happens. So he does hit the blank, but he hasn't gained anything here because it's now just a coin flip. So we'll see what happens. He's going to shoot dealer now. It's just a coin flip.
Up in your nose.
And he does hit. So it ended up paying off, but if you run the numbers, shooting dealer when it's 1 and 2,
so what are you gonna
always shoot the dealer barring other items, all right? Fool. So he shoots himself because it's the last shell in the loadout. And then they go to the next loadout here. We're going to see what happens next. So Markiplier gets a magnifying glass. He gets smokes. All right.
It must be
decent. That's 4 and 4 there.
Well, that's not good.
So 4 and 4. All right. So what I would do here is, because he has no shot of killing him here, I would definitely smoke here to get out of death range, because technically the AI dealer, it's unlikely. He could handcuff Mark and then shoot at him twice and hit 2 live rounds, in which case Mark would die. So he definitely needs to smoke here to basically remove any chance of dying in the next turn, because he can't kill the dealer here. I would opt to not use the magnifying glass. I would keep the magnifying glass until the dealer is at 1, because the dealer is equally likely to shoot himself versus Mark. So he can just wait until later when the dealer has hurt himself and then shoot him, and then try to get the win. So I would definitely smoke here and then just shoot the dealer. That's what I would do. Let's see what Mark does.
So this is where the conundrums kick in, right? Because I don't know. It's 50-50. It's been 50-50
Yep,
this whole time.
50-50.
I'm assuming the pill mode is like hard mode. So it's really just a roll of the dice and how hefty your sack is in this particular day. My sack's real hefty. I mean, it doesn't matter if I do this now.
What does that mean?
But what
All right, so it goes up to 3.
Make sure
Is he going to shoot himself?
that I save my item for later.
No, dude. Okay. You never shoot yourself here. So, as I talked about before, okay, you almost never want to shoot yourself unless there's a few scenarios where you want to do it when there's only one live left. I can say that you can safely stop fucking considering shooting yourself in any scenario where there's more than one live. Like, almost every time it's going to be a bad call. The only times you want to consider it maybe is if there's one live left, and even then, a lot of times you want to end up shooting dealer here. So Mark shooting himself here is explicitly bad, especially for this reason, right? He just got out of lethal range. He goes up to 3. If he hits himself here with a live round, it is unlikely that he would take 2 shots from the dealer because the dealer is stupid and he's just using coin flips, but it's possible for him to die. If Mark shoots the dealer here, he has no chance of dying on the dealer's turn because the dealer can do it max 2. So he's just taking unnecessary risk here. I understand he's probably just, playing to, be, he's taking risks here, right? He's trying to do it for the pizzazz, but don't shoot yourself that often in this game, all right? Let's see what happens. Is it going to be a live one or a blank? All right, well, luck pays off. He missed. Now he's probably going to shoot the dealer. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he shoots the dealer, and then that was a 4 out of 7 chance of hitting. So now it's 3 and 3 again. Now the dealer's going to go. He's going to smoke up to 2 again and handcuff Mark.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
So he handcuffs him. He's going to smoke, and now he's going to shoot randomly. All right.
I knew that was going to happen.
Because every time the dealer doesn't know what the shells are, he just shoots randomly. So he shoots himself. He ejects a blank. It's now 3 and 2 here. He's going to shoot himself again, stupid, and then he ends up taking 1. It goes back to being 2 and 2 here.
Wisdom of his maneuvers are, because it doesn't seem like they're very wisdomated.
Yep, it's just a coin flip, Mark.
Okay, see, I feel like if
so 2 and 2. Now what's the dealer going to do? He's going to shoot Mark, and it's a blank. So now it's 2 and 1, 2 live, 1 blank, and now Mark should just use a magnifying glass here to ensure. Actually, he didn't use the. Actually, wait. Go back. He didn't need to use a magnifying glass here. Actually, he had a guaranteed win without using magnifying glass. Here's why. Okay, let's say he shoots, that's the blank. He misses, and then the dealer goes, and the dealer will either shoot himself or he'll shoot Mark. In either scenario, the last shell is a live one, and then Mark shoots back and kills him because he's got no way of healing, and he was at 1 health. So he could preserve the magnifying glass, but Mark might not even know that he can take the magnifying glass into the next round because he hasn't played on endless mode. I'm just saying for the audience watching, this is a guaranteed win when there's 2 live and 1 blank, and the dealer's at 1, and you're, above 1. So you don't want to use magnifying glass to take it into the next round. But Mark probably doesn't know he can take it over, so I'm not going to dock him points. All good. All right, he's going to use it, he's going to see the win, and then he's going to move on. When he sees a blank.
Good thing I made sure.
So it would have been that scenario. He would have shot the dealer might shoot him back, but it doesn't matter because the last one is always going to be a live one. So there you go. He shoots, and then he's going to get his initial score. Let's see what he gets. And this initial score you get is completely arbitrary. It is a random integer between 50,000 and 70,000. It has nothing that you do in the round impacts it. You got 60,400.
Give me some of that money.
So that's about dead average.
I'm ready for more.
All right, this is round 1. So there are no items carried over, so you might not know that any items actually get carried over here because there were no items across the board. So we'll see what happens in the next double or nothing round. All right, what's he going to do? He's going to take out his cuffs. Okay, I got to add here. Let me just skip it. I don't have YouTube Premium or ad blocker or whatever. All right, so we got handcuffs here. And Mark also has handcuffs, and they're 2 health, and that is 3 and 3. Now, once again, the dealer is representing lethal here. It is unlikely because the dealer shoots with coin flips. So it's unlikely that he would shoot Mark twice. However, I would still probably use handcuffs here to just try to lock in win before the dealer goes. You could, I mean, yeah. So I would probably do that. I would just take the chance of killing the dealer if the first two are alive, just to deprive the dealer of the chance of killing you back. Also, if you hit one live, it is... Well, yeah, I would probably just do that. If you don't use handcuffs here, I don't think it's the end of the world because you're unlikely to die because the dealer is just using coin flips when he doesn't know what the next shell is. But we'll see what Mark does. I wouldn't fault him either way.
All right.
I'll fault him if he shoots himself again. Let's see what he does. He's thinking about it. He's in the tank.
Okay.
He's going to shoot the dealer? Yep.
Take one of these.
Good shit.
I'm not going to use the handcuff right off the bat.
That is...
I knew that was going to happen. Well, I didn't know that was going to happen, but I had a good feeling about that's going to happen. That's the same as knowing. So he's going to do that.
That's fine. So the dealer handcuffs, he's going to just do a coin flip here to determine if he shoots Mark or not. Let's see what happens. He shoots himself. Stupid. It's now 2 and 2, and then now he's going to shoot Mark. All right, 50-50 shot at hitting Mark. He hits Mark.
All right, if he gets
so now Mark goes down to 1.
Yeah, I know.
And then he's going to go again. And it's a 50-50 shot either way, so Mark might die. He's going to shoot himself, and now it is 1 and 1. So now this is just a straight up 50-50 shot as to who's going to die here. And the dealer kills himself. So Mark got lucky there. I mean, not lucky. It was 50-50 shot either way, so it was equal odds that he'd live or not. But good shit there. So that was kind of why I was thinking that you might just use the handcuffs to try to mitigate that scenario where you're likely to get into a 50-50. But there isn't much to do there, so I don't fault him for holding on to handcuffs necessarily.
See, that's not fair.
All right, so let's see what Mark gets here. He's got cigarettes, and he's got handcuffs, and he's got more cigarettes. So not a great lineup. 2 health each, and that is 3 and 4. 3 and 4. So let's see what happens here. So it gets loaded up.
Different number.
And now what I would do here is I would not use any items, right? There's no reason to smoke. Mark might not know that you can't go above your starting total with health, so he might smoke and then it won't go up because the starting total is 2. But using handcuffs here isn't particularly good. Generally, you just want to shoot when you start with like an odd loadout. An odd loadout meaning fewer live than there are blanks. Basically, the possible loadouts in endless mode are 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 3, 3 and 4, and then 4 and 4. Those are the possible loadouts.
Smoke these up because he's gonna get
in the one, so he's gonna smoke here, yeah. But he doesn't know that you can't go level 2 here.
Oh crap!
I don't blame you, man. A lot of people think that. All right, so is he gonna handcuff? I would say don't handcuff here. I would just shoot here and then see what the dealer does. There's obviously a chance that you take 2 with the handsaw, but there isn't much you can do about that. Your odds of hitting 2 in a row here are pretty damn low. So, I mean, he might just go for the kill. It's not the worst, but I would opt to hold on to handcuffs and try to get better odds later. All right. What are you going to do, bud? Don't shoot yourself. That is the one thing you don't do here. Everything else I could see.
This is what I should have done. Man, I had the cigarettes there. I should have saved them. All right, whatever. What's
he going to do, bud? What's it going to be?
Keep those.
So he uses the handcuffs. He's going to try to go for, I guess, a win here.
All right, so
but if he misses one... Okay, he's going to shoot himself. That is not the right idea. That actually...
We're going to do this.
Yeah, that's why you don't do that.
That's unfortunate.
The reason being is if he hits a live one, right, then his odds of killing the dealer are substantially lower. The reason you would use handcuffs here is to avoid the scenario where the dealer has the handsaw and he shoots you and then he hits a live one, right? So shooting yourself here does nothing to prevent that. The only thing that it would do is if you shot the dealer twice trying to hit 2 live ones in a row. So that was definitely not the play. Sorry, Mark.
That's really unfortunate. Yeah.
Is now 2 and 4 here.
Not gonna. Hold on.
And then the dealer is still handcuffed, so he's gonna smoke.
So, yeah, I don't think that should have counted. You see how I don't think that should have counted, right?
What do you mean, bud? All right, now you shoot the dealer.
What's unfortunate now is that there's 2 lives and 4 blanks, which is truly unfortunate because now his handcuffs are not in play. I misplayed this a bit.
You shouldn't shoot yourself again, man. There's 2 live. You do not shoot yourself here. All right, especially because I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. You shouldn't shoot yourself there. I would have just shot dealer and then passed, but it's whatever. It ended up kind of paying off. It's now 2 and 3. We'll see what happens.
Trust me, this is the right strat.
He's going to shoot. That is not the right strat. Yeah.
Trust me on this one.
I mean, it's actually not the worst now, because now it's 1 and 3, I believe, right? The dealer will drink 2 booze, and there's a decent chance that he ejects the live one. So it isn't the worst, but I definitely would just have shot the dealer there.
You trusting me on this one?
All right, let's see what happens here. He's going to drink.
Okay, that ain't fair.
He ejects the last live one. So he lives into the next loadout. So that was not the optimal play, but it ended up paying off. We'll see if he can close it out in the next loadout here.
Get out of that item environment. There's nothing left in there.
True. All right. Now, let's see what happens.
So
He's got booze.
Last time.
He's got magnifying glass. He's got booze. He's got booze. He's got 3 booze and a magnifying glass. I'm interested to see how he plays this, because a lot of people do not use booze very well.
A lot of those.
That is 1 and 2. All right.
Interesting.
So what I would do here, if I were Mark, because he's basically got a guaranteed death if he misses here, is I would drink 1 booze, hope to hit a blank. If he hits a blank, he can use a magnifying glass to get a guaranteed 1. If he hits the live one, he can just go to the next loadout without taking any damage. So drinking 1 beer here, and then using a magnifying glass, if he hits a blank, that's the best play.
What I need to do is I just need to make him not have that.
Let's see what he does. Yep. So, yep, he's drinking a beer. He's going to eject a blank. I mean, what you could do, too, is you could try to use a beer here and try to hit another blank. But there's a reasonable shot that you would miss, you know, a 50-50 shot that you would hit the live one, and then you go to the next loadout without having dealt any damage. When he's at 2, I would just opt to take the guaranteed 1 with the magnifying glass. But maybe you're trying to preserve the magnifying glass for when he's at 1, and then you can get a better chance of just killing him right there. Either way, I would just use the magnifying glass and get the guaranteed 1. Let's see what Mark does. He's going to drink a beer. Let's see if it pays off. He ejects the live one. That is why I would just use the magnifying glass.
The other way around, but this is fine.
Yeah. Not the worst. So he shoots himself, and then he's going to go to the next loadout here. Let's see what he gets.
Around again. You know, you get real hesitant.
All right. So he's hoping for, handsaw is the best thing to get there. Just deal the extra 2 there. The extra 1 damage, and just close the round out. That is 2 and 2 there. Right, so 2 and 2 here, what he definitely wants to do, I would say drink a beer, and then if he ejects a blank, he has an insta-win with the magnifying glass. If he ejects a live one, he drinks another beer, and then if he hits another live one, he just goes to the next loadout, gets more items, and has a better chance of winning. Here, he could see blank, and then it could go to being blank, live, and then if he takes the shot where he has a 2/3 chance of winning, he would miss, and then he would instantly die. So here, drinking beer is definitely the play, because smoking here doesn't do anything, because he's got handsaws over there. So he will die if it goes to the dealer's turn, and there's still lives in the loadout, because the dealer has multiple magnifying glasses. The only way that he wouldn't is if the dealer drinks beer and ejects the live one before. So here, you drink beer first. Let's see what he does.
I just need him to get gone. Yep.
All right, so yeah, drinking beer, definitely the play.
He's going to handcuff me to hell and back.
He ejects a blank, and he's got a guaranteed win now. All he needs to do is use the magnifying glass. If he sees a blank, then he knows that the remaining 2 are live. If he sees a live, then he just shoots for 2, and he wins.
So what I need to do is I need to check, because now there's 2 reds, 1 blank. So if I look in and it's a blank, rack it, cut it.
Yep.
It's a blank. Good thing I did that. Rack it.
You don't need. You can just shoot yourself. I mean, it's fine. This isn't a carryover round, but you really didn't need to do that.
Boom, it's game.
But all good. He got the win. He got the win.
This one went on a little bit longer, you prick. But take one of these.
Nice. Good shit, Mark. Overall doing pretty well. I would say you should reconsider shooting yourself when there is more than 1 live in the chamber. That is my main critique here. And even when there is only 1 live, I would still reconsider shooting yourself. That's my main critique. All right. Let's see what he gets here.
We're still going.
So this is the carryover round. So he's gonna want to be conservative with items, but he probably still doesn't know that yet. And so I'm not going to fault him for that. Let's see what happens here. He's got magnifying glass. He's got handsaw. Opponent has handsaw, booze. 3 health here.
3.
That is 3 and 3.
Even
all right.
Stevens.
So 3 and 3. What I would do here is because you have no shot of killing him now, right? So dealing 2 right now isn't even that great. I would just hold on to magnifying glass, handsaw, try to close out the W later. I would just take a blind shot into dealer here and hope to hit. 50-50 shot, you hit. If not, you act accordingly, and then we'll see what happens. Because the dealer is as likely to shoot himself as he is you. So even if you miss here, the dealer might just shoot himself for 1. It goes back to being your turn. You search for the win. So I think just shooting into dealer makes the most sense here.
All right.
We'll see what Mark does.
It would be really good if the first one's blank, but if it's not, and I hit myself and he gets another one, then it's not really good for
Yeah,
me.
because it could just instantly
No
kill
matter
you.
what, I need to hit him once, and then definitely with the knife. This is the right move.
Yeah, there we go.
'Cause if it's not...
Good move, Mark. Alright, he hits a blank. That's fine, though. The dealer's going to drink a beer here, eject one. It'll 60% chance it's the live one. It'll go back to being 2 and 2. And he's just going to shoot randomly. So he's still got pretty good odds of winning here, Mark does. He's going to drink. He ejects a live one. It's now 2 and 2 again. Dealer is going to shoot himself like a dumbass. And he takes 1. And now Mark...
This guy is bold. He's bold.
So
He's
here
not
is one
smart.
scenario where I
He's
would
certainly
opt
bold.
to shoot myself over and over again. All right, I would shoot myself here, hope to hit the blank. There's a 2/3 chance that I hit the blank. Then I would use the magnifying glass to get the guaranteed win. If he shoots himself and it's just 1 left, it goes to the dealer. The dealer might, it's a 50-50 shot that he'll use the handsaw to shoot you here because the dealer still doesn't know what the remaining shells are. So he would just completely waste his handsaw because we know that there are only blanks here. And you go into the next loadout having not taken 2, and the dealer has no handsaw in the worst case scenario. You'll take 1, and the dealer will have potentially no handsaw. He might still have the handsaw if he opts to shoot himself, but he has a chance of not having it. And then you just go into the next loadout. You've got the instant win potential with the magnifying glass and the handsaw. So this is one of those rare cases where I do opt to shoot myself here, just because you get to go first in the next loadout.
It was
So-
2 blanks and a live.
You shouldn't use magnifying glass here.
Depending on what
It is
this
not
says.
2 lives and 1 blank. You were wrong, editor. It is 1 live and 2 blanks. I was counting. You don't use magnifying glass here at all because it gives you no information, really. Because here's the thing. Well, it kind of gives you information, but you should just hold on to it to try to close out the win later. So he should just shoot himself here. He's going to use the magnifying glass. He sees a blank.
So it's a blank.
See, now this is why you don't use it. Now you end up in a
just need to-
50-50. If he had shot himself there, he would have had the guaranteed win. If he had shot himself there and it was the live one, then he would have had a guaranteed get to the next loadout, and he'd be at 2. So he'd still have pretty good chances of winning because he'd still have his magnifying glass. All right, my recording cut out there. Anyway, we're back. So it is 1 and 2. And so he is going to shoot himself to get the
So
blank that he
means
saw out of the
that's
way
lots
and
of
is now
blanks.
1 and 1 remaining. So here what I would do if I were Mark is that I would shoot myself here because this is why, okay? There's 1 live and there's 1 blank left, right? So if he shoots the dealer and it's a blank, then the dealer shoots him back for 2. If he shoots the dealer and it's a live one, he will deal 2. But then if he... So basically, if he shoots the dealer, it's a blank. He wastes a handsaw and he takes 2. If he shoots the dealer and it's a live one, he'll deal 2 and he'll win. If he shoots himself and it's a blank, then he deals 2 back and kills the dealer. If he shoots himself and it's a live one, he still has his handsaw going to the next loadout and he only takes 1. So basically, your downside is 1 by shooting yourself and your upside is killing him. Whereas shooting him, your downside is taking 2 and losing a handsaw versus, killing him. So shooting yourself here is the better thing to do in this scenario. Let's see what he does.
You know...
So he's sawing it off. So he's going for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Take one off. Oh,
And he
please.
misses. Yeah. So, maybe, did he miscount?
Hold the phone.
Yeah, I think he miscounted.
Wait.
Yeah, so he takes 2
He
here.
racked it. My first one was a blank. He racked it,
So it's 2 and 2.
and that was a blank. And then he shot himself. He drank a beer, racked it, shot himself. That was not a blank. I looked in. It was a blank. It was 3 and 3.
No. You missed. Mark miscounted. It's all good. You know, it happens to me all the time too. But that was definitely 1 and 1 remaining right there, and he should have shot himself and then shot the dealer. But whatever. He's starting out. I mean, it's like hard to keep track of the bullets. I'll be honest. Anyway, whatever. He's going here. He might still win. It's 3 and 3 here.
3 and 3. It was pretty much exactly like that there.
3 and 3. So what I would do here? Okay, he's gonna smoke up to 2.
Well, this isn't gonna go well for
And what I would do here is that he's got a very high shot of dying here. So with 3 and 3, I would not drink beer here because if you hit it's a 50-50 shot. You hit a live one versus a blank. If you hit the live one, you're in an even worse scenario. You're less likely to hit. If he gets lucky here and he ejects a blank, then obviously he has the 60% chance of winning. But drinking beer here basically does nothing. It could just make the problem worse. It's equally likely to make the problem worse or better. I would just use the handsaw and shoot into the dealer and just hope for the best. But we'll see what he does. He's going to take a drink, and we'll hope he ejects a blank. He ejects a live one, so the problem is even worse. So now he's got a 40% chance, but he's going to shoot himself, which is not the right... Okay, there's an ad now. That's not the right call. I mean, he might hit a blank here, but then he's in the exact same scenario he was in the first place. It's now 2 and 2. Right, he should just saw it off and send it, which is what he should have done in the first place.
Let's just hope for the best.
But he might hit it. Let's see if he does. I mean, there's still more to the video, so I'm assuming he hits this here. Otherwise, it's almost a guaranteed loss. It's not a guaranteed loss. So he's 2 and 1 now. 2 and 1.
No, I didn't look at it.
Now here, so I'm assuming he's going to live here. So what I'm assuming is going to happen is that the dealer is going to look with the magnifying glass, see a blank, eject it using this, and then hit the bug where he shoots himself for 1. Alternatively, he will eject the that's the only way he lives here, I think. So that must be what happens. So he grabs the magnifying glass, has the 1 out of 3 shot of hitting the blank, and then he's going to eject the shell and then shoot himself. Yep. All right, so that's the bug right there. That's a bug. So basically, the reason the dealer does this, I've explained it in another one of my videos, is that basically the dealer, when he uses a magnifying glass, he sets a flag where he knows what the shell is. But he has a bug where he'll drink a beer if it's not the live shell. And when he drinks a beer, it racks the shotgun, but it doesn't reset the nose flag. So the dealer still thinks that he knows what the next shell is, and he thinks that it is a blank. So he shoots himself every time after that, unless it's the last one for the round. And so he's going to shoot himself here like an idiot.
Oh, never mind.
And then now the last one is live, so Mark has an insta-win.
And also, I was not counting here, so I don't remember.
Yeah,
I was so
just shoot him.
About what occurred
you shoot the dealer, you win, Mark. You hit the bug, you hit the jackpot right there. So good stuff, good stuff.
He racked 1. I hit a.
But I have a video on how the AI works in this game. I go over some of the shit there and explain how the AI works. It's pretty funny. It's interesting. You look at the code, it's obviously a little bit primitive, but I actually think it makes the game better, because if the dealer was super smart, then you would barely ever win. Well, you wouldn't barely ever win. You'd still be favored to win because you're going first on the rounds. Every loadout you go first, but you wouldn't win nearly as often. It just wouldn't be as fun. So I'm not criticizing the game for having a stupid dealer. I think it actually makes it more engaging and fun, trying to game it. So yeah, he's doubling it. Excellent. We love to see a gambler.
If I'm going to get through this again.
All right, he's got handsaw, he's got smokes, he's got magnifying glass. All right. And that is 2 health.
That's not fair.
And that is 3 and 3.
That's 3 and 3. You're not going to change.
All right, yeah. So he notices now that the items get carried over to the next loadout. He didn't realize that before. The next round. All right. So what he would do, since it's 3 and 3 here, what I would do, because we're at 2, there's a high likelihood of dying if it goes to the dealer's turn, is I would just use magnifying glass. Hope to find the win. If you see a live one, you just take the win. If you see a blank, I shoot myself and then have a 60% chance of winning. So it's 50-50 that you just win, and then otherwise it's a 60% chance that you win. So I just use magnifying glass here.
All right.
Yeah. So he takes a look. He sees a blank. Now he's got a 60% chance of winning.
Really hope that the next one is not a blank.
There you go. Just shoot into dealer, buddy.
In my favor.
Good man. Good man. Otherwise, he's got a reasonable shot of dying.
That he wouldn't be able to look in. Take one of these.
And he does kill him. Nice. All right. Let's see what he gets. He gets handcuffs and then smokes.
Well, let's see.
And now it is 3 health each, and that is 2 and 3 here. So 2 and 3 here, what I would do, handcuffs does not do much for you because there's fewer live than there are blanks. I would just shoot into dealer and see what he does. He's also got cigarettes, and you have no chance of killing here, so I would just shoot into the dealer.
All right, here's the thing.
No, dude, don't shoot yourself, man. Stop it.
Never mind.
That's why. It's now 1 and 3. Mark, you play again. Do not shoot yourself most of the time. It's now 1 and 3. He's going to shoot. It's now 1 and 2. Now 1 and 2. Handcuffs doesn't really do that much for you here, okay? Think about this. There are 3 possible scenarios. The live one is the first one. The live one is the second one. The live one is the last one, all right? If you use handcuffs here, and the 2/3 of the time you will deal 1, which is good, you know? But 1/3 of the time, the last one is the live one, and you end up taking 1 anyway. Now, if you know how the dealer works, well, actually, you don't even have to know how the dealer works. You could just take the 1 out of 3 shot that you hit, and then it's a 50-50 otherwise, all right? So the odds are close either way. Because basically, if you shoot, then there's a 50-50 shot that you take 1 2/3 of the time, which means 1/3 of the time you're taking 1. And if you shoot, so 1/3 of the time you're taking 1, and then 1/3 of the time you are or 2/3 of the time you're dealing 1. If you use handcuffs here, 1/3 of the time you're taking 1, and 2/3 of the time you're dealing 1. So it's the same odds either way. So using handcuffs here does nothing for you. So he should not use handcuffs. He should just shoot into dealer.
All right.
I mean, alternatively, what you could do in this scenario is you could shoot yourself. It's 1/3 of the time you're taking 1, and then 2/3, well, yeah, 2/3 of the time you're getting a guaranteed 1, but that's the same odds once again. And in that scenario, you're using handcuffs. So it's the same odds all the way around, no matter what you do, but only in the one scenario where you shoot the dealer, you have the same odds and you keep your handcuffs. So
I like these odds.
Nope, that is not what you should be doing.
I like these odds.
All right, he misses though, and now he can use handcuffs and get a guaranteed win.
Well, okay, if this isn't the shell, then it's a blank. So I should just hold him to it, or I should save them.
No, use your handcuffs. This is the worst of all worlds. All right, well, he gets lucky anyway.
That worked out.
I would just cash in the handcuffs and get the guaranteed 1, especially because handcuffs get worse in multiples because you can't just keep cuffing turn after turn after turn and keep somebody permanently cuffed. They basically, they do not stack well. So if you get multiple handcuffs, they just clog up your item slots. So I definitely just cash it in for the guaranteed 1 whenever I can.
My brain is too big.
Anyway.
Too huge.
Now the dealer's going to shoot himself and then move on to the next loadout. So the dealer is at 3, and Mark is at 2, and he still has his handcuffs left.
Well, I'm in luck.
He's got booze. He's got handsaw. All right.
That's nice. Oh, you got pills.
That's 4 and 4 right there.
All right, I'm gonna keep track of it this time.
There you go. Good shit, Mark. All right, so 4 and 4. What I would do here is I would either just shoot the dealer, or I could see using handcuffs. I wouldn't use handsaw yet because your odds of hitting for 2 here aren't great. I would basically, this is what's going to happen, right? You're going to handcuff him, and then, or maybe you don't handcuff him, you just shoot, right? If you use handsaw, you have a 50-50 shot of dealing 2, but then he's just going to smoke back up to 2 again, and you still have to get 2 more shots on him. So I would just opt to wait until you can get the kill on him. Like, for example, if I shoot here, and I hit him for 1, and it goes to the dealer, and the dealer has a 50-50 shot of shooting himself. Like, let's say he ejects a blank, and then he shoots himself and takes an additional 1, right? He will go back down to 2 after using cigarettes, and then you have a handsaw, and you can go for the kill after that. So using handsaw here isn't good. I would never do that. Using booze here is not that great because he's going to drink booze as well. So you don't put it onto the odd number. Basically, you drink this, it's odd, then you'd shoot, and then they'd go to the dealer's turn. The dealer would drink, and now it's back on even again. So that's not great. And then using handcuffs here is actually fine. I personally would just probably shoot here and then see what happens. Shoot into dealer.
An opportunity to do anything. he's got those smokes.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate. So the
Little
trick
bit.
that I gotta do is I gotta get him in one turn, which is what the handcuffs are for. I gotta get him one turn.
You don't
because
have
it's
to.
not gonna be this.
You have
one
no
no matter
shot
what I
of
do.
dying
I can't
on
give
his
him
turn.
more than one opportunity to shoot me because I'm not gonna get around to another round where I have cigarettes.
But it's fine because the
What I
dealer's
need to
stupid.
do is I need to take this hit if it's going to be a hit. No matter what, I can take one hit, so I might as well roll the dice that this
There
is
you
going to
go.
be for him.
All right, so
It's
he
not.
misses. It's now 4 and
That's
3.
okay, because now there's
Dealer's
4
gonna rack
red
once.
and 3.
It's now 4 and 2 here,
blue.
and now the
There's
dealer might just
4
shoot
red.
himself. He shoots Mark.
Wow.
He hits Mark. All right. So
Okay,
unfortunate
well,
for Mark.
that's
Mark
okay.
goes down to 1. It's now 3 and 2.
Yeah, I know. Careful now. Okay, so this is tricky. But what I'm going to count on.
What I would do here is because he's at 1, I would handcuff here. I would shoot using handsaw probably. Get the 60% chance of dealing 2, and then shoot again at the dealer, and then just hope for the best. That's what I would do. Let's see what he does.
So there's 3 red, 2 blue. So
Yep.
what I need to do is I need to hold him to this. Chances are that this is going to be in there. There's
All right.
no guarantee. If I don't get this, it's kind of game over.
Yep. It's not guaranteed game over, but he has a likely chance of dying. Non-trivial. Shoots dealer for 2 and hits him.
Oof.
All right. Is now a 50-50 shot if he will lock in the win, assuming he shoots the dealer, which he should
Alright,
do.
So that was two shoots, 2 blanks. 3
So
blanks. Wait,
here, actually, let's think about drinking beer here. All right, drinking beer here is not the worst. Okay, the reason being, if you hit a blank, you're more likely to secure the win. Right? If you hit a live 1, it's actually the 1 and 2 scenario, which you are technically advantaged in. Right? For the thing I described earlier, where if it goes to the 1 and 1, it's a coin flip, so you have a 1/3 expected value if it goes to the 1 and 2 scenario. So drinking beer here is actually not that bad. In fact, it might be better. So I think I would drink beer here and see what happens.
This could be bad. I'm gonna rack it.
All right, good man,
Just in
good
case.
man.
That was
And
only
he's gonna
2
hit
shoots.
a
Please don't be a shoot.
blank,
Yes!
and now he's got a 2/3 chance of winning.
Please.
Good shit. Good play, Mark. Good
This
play.
guy.
I like it. All right, he misses
Oh,
though,
frick.
but he still
Oh,
has
frick.
a 50% chance of winning here. The reason being, the dealer doesn't know what the next round is. We know that there's only 2 live left, right? So if the dealer was playing optimally, he would just shoot us and then he'd win, right? Instead, he's going to smoke here because he uses items as soon as possible, but it is still a 50-50 shot that he shoots himself, even though that's completely idiotic, right? So Mark has a 50% chance of winning here.
Really dumb. Everybody keep this in mind. He's very dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
might
then
not
now, let's see what happens. He shoots himself. Yep, that was the 50-50 shot. And then now Mark shoots him for the last one. And he moves on to the next round.
All right. Here's the tricky bit. I believe it's 1 and 1.
No, it's just one
I ain't gonna
one
go
live.
out pointing that at myself. If I lose here,
No, it's just
It's
one
because I
live. He has a
pointed it
guaranteed
at
win.
him.
Good shit. All right, it's a
100% free with
ad
tax-free
here, but
addition.
Mark has the guaranteed win. He's putting the ad there to keep us in suspense, but we know what happens, baby.
See
He
how at TurboTax.com.
has a guaranteed win because we count it. All right.
That's me.
Just shoot the dealer, Mark, and then you've got the win. And he did it.
oh,
Excellent.
oh,
All right.
oh my goodness.
Good job, Mark. Good job.
I
I think you played that one pretty well. Pretty well. And then he's going to round 3 here. Let's see what happens.
Did I get a little too excited? Probably not.
All right, he's got handcuffs.
Handcuffs.
He's got
Nice.
handsaw. 4 health.
4.
And that is
All right,
4 and 4 here.
I'm actually gonna count this time.
There you go. All right, 4 and 4. What I would do here, I wouldn't fault you for using handcuffs. I would opt to hold on to him until later because there you can potentially get like a guaranteed one with handcuffs at the last part of the loadout. So I would just opt to shoot dealer here. But if you use handcuffs and shoot dealer twice, that's also fine. But I just shoot dealer here. Yeah, good stuff, Mark. Nice. All right. 3 and 4. All right, so 3 and 4 remaining. The dealer's going to smoke back up to 4. He's going to eject another one here. He ejects a live one, so it is now 2 and 4. The dealer's going to smoke here, go up to 4.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
And then we'll see what the dealer does. The dealer is going to shoot himself, stupid. But he hits a blank. It's now 2 and 3.
So there's 3 blues, 2 reds.
Yep, it's now 2 and 2.
There's 2 blues, 2 reds.
Shoots himself again, stupid. It's now
Holy
2 and 1.
shit, there's 1 blue, 2 reds.
He just shoots himself again. He takes 1. All right.
I don't understand.
Now he can use his handcuffs and get at least a guaranteed 1. So here the play. No. I picked the shotgun up. You handcuff here. You shoot once. If you hit the live one, he just takes 1. If you hit the blank, you use the handsaw and get a guaranteed 2 the second time. That would be the best play. Let's see what Mark does. He's got a 50-50 shot of hitting here.
Down to 1 and 1. I don't know how that happened, but this guy had a
definitely should have used handcuffs there, but hey,
well, shit.
All good. He would have had a guaranteed 2 there if he had used
I'd rather
handcuffs.
keep the items for then the
But
next batch
now he's going to get
more
shot.
items. Oh no!
Not the biggest, deal because he's still got high health, but definitely would have just cashed in the guaranteed 2 there, and then he would have been much more likely to win immediately on this loadout. That is 1 and 1. So he would have had the guaranteed win right there.
Fascinating.
So what I would do here, what I would do personally, you could use booze and hope to eject the blank and then shoot for 2. I would definitely cash in one of these 2 pairs of handcuffs because, as I said, they get worse in multiples. So using handcuffs here, shooting once. If he hits the blank, he hits for 2. If he hits the live one, he hits for 1. That's fine when he's at 3. And then you guaranteed get to the next loadout without him getting a chance to use cigarettes. That's definitely the play. We'll see what he does. He's going to drink beer, though.
On a racket.
You shouldn't use... I mean, all right, it's fine. It's fine. I just wouldn't use it because handcuffs and multiples, very bad. Very bad. Yeah, he hits the live one.
Fine by me.
So he shoots himself, and he goes to the next loadout here.
Finish this guy into oblivion.
All right. What are you doing, Mark? What are you getting here?
For the end of
all right, handsaw, booze, smokes.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's see what the bullet loadout is. That is 2 and 2 right there. All right.
Man, that's extra.
2 and 2 here. What would I do? Okay, just give me a sec. So 2 and 2, using booze here is not... Yeah, it's not the worst. I would probably use handcuffs here and shoot twice. I'm just trying to think. Using booze here, you could end up in a 1 and 2 or a 2 and 1, right? Either scenario, you're probably taking 1 potentially. I mean, he can drink here. I mean, if it's the 1 and 2, then using handcuffs isn't that great. So yeah, what I would opt to do is I would just use handcuffs here, shoot once, and then go from there. Yeah, that's what I would opt to do. But drinking booze here, it's not the worst, but given that he's doubled up on handcuffs, I would have just done that. Now he should use handcuffs and then shoot once, try to hit, and then if it goes down to 1 and 1, he shoots himself and then hopes that he hits the blank, and then he gets the guaranteed win for 2. Otherwise, he shoots himself, he takes 1, but he's still cuffed. Well, he's not still cuffed. He goes to the next loadout. It's not a big deal.
I like those odds.
I would probably... Yeah, that's how I would run it. So I would just shoot here. Actually, no. He's shooting here using handsaw twice to get a guaranteed 2. That's also fine. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. Shoot dealer twice using handsaw.
Let's see what happens.
2/3 shot of dealing 2 here. That's pretty good.
Oh!
He misses, though. He misses, though.
Interesting.
So now I would use the other handsaw, obviously, and then you're taking 2 on the backswing.
Shooties.
Or you're taking 1 on the backswing, sorry, because this is the handsaw over there.
Double up on those? Ooh, that's interesting. It doesn't want you to double up anymore.
So he gets a guaranteed 2 here, and he's taking a guaranteed 1 back, and the dealer's going to go back up to 2. So it's not ideal. I mean, as I said, if he had done the thing I described earlier where he used handcuffs in the last round, he would have had a guaranteed win here. But all good. So the dealer is going to go to 1. He gets a turn. He's going to smoke, and then he's going to shoot Mark for 1.
But he can't do double damage unless he... Well, he can't, actually.
Yeah, because there's only 1 live, 1 left.
I don't know that handcuffs carry through into the other round. I hope that he wastes all his items, though.
Yeah, I guess if you didn't know that, it's perfectly valid to go for the play he did. I mean, I think that was the best play anyway. So I think
Well,
Mark
unfortunately, that didn't go according to plan.
played okay
That's
after
okay.
he made his initial mistake.
Because plans
And then
were
let's see what
always
happens
meant to
here.
fail.
Well, he's got handcuffs, he's got handsaw, he's got booze.
Interesting.
All right. And that is 3 and 4
3
here.
and 4.
3 and 4 skin. All right, let's see what
Interesting.
Mark does here. What I would do here with 3 and 4, right? Because if it goes to Mark, or if it goes to the opponent cannot kill him. So I would either opt to use a pair of handcuffs here because he's already doubled up. It's not a big deal if he uses one, and then just go for the kill, right? Probably shoot once and then... I mean, I probably rack... If I'm trying to go for the kill, I would handcuff, rack, see what we hit. If we hit a live one, then I shoot into the dealer, and then maybe handsaw and shoot again. If I hit a blank, I would handsaw first and then shoot again, maybe. What I would probably opt to do here is just handcuff to get rid of one of the pairs of handcuffs, and then shoot twice in the dealer, and then that's all I would do.
Okay, all I gotta do. 3 and 4. A racket.
All right, he's going to rack it. It's a live one. It's now 2 and 4.
That's interesting. That's not what I would have expected. So it's now 2 and 4. 4 blue, 2 red. Odds are... You gotta be ballsy at some point here. I'll take this. That's what I thought.
That was the wrong play. You should have definitely at least
Blue,
handcuffed before
2
doing that.
red. I could take a page out of his book and just keep pointing.
I mean, so yeah, he could keep pointing at himself and then guaranteed get to the next... Well, no, he wouldn't guaranteed because there's 2 remaining there. Well, he's still at 3, so yeah. He could... He's guaranteed to get to the next loadout. So he could keep trying to just search for better odds, but he's likely to take one and then go into the next loadout lower on health. I would probably, given that he shot himself and hit a blank, I would just handcuff and shoot using handsaw and go for the 50-50. If you miss, you shoot again, and you can at least deal 1.
At myself, but that doesn't seem like
there's a 2 and 3 here.
So I'm gonna do the really dumb thing to do. You ready for this? This is going to be really dumb.
It's 2 and 3,
for
right?
Dumb?
That, yeah, you shouldn't do that. But he pays off. Pays off. So now it's a 50-50.
See that?
Now it's a 50-50. Yeah, I miscounted a little bit earlier. See, it happens to me too. Then I would obviously just go for the 50-50 shot of just winning.
Didn't take any of the handcuffs. So this is where the smartness comes in.
All right, he's going to shoot the dealer, and he wins. Good shit, man. Good shit. So that's not how I would have played it. I would not have shot myself any of those times, because you're better off not doing it. But it ended up paying off for him, and he's at 241,000. I'm assuming he's going to keep, or just say yes and then die immediately.
I just went through 3 rounds of that, and I won. You give me my money, I'm going home.
Ah, what a pussy.
I'll see you around, buddy.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Mark.
With all those
Probably just wanted to wrap the video up in a timely manner.
Briefcase of cash.
All right, he's got his cash. All right, so let's go over what we learned. All right, what we learned from Markiplier's gameplay, which I appreciate. I think it was pretty fun to watch. What I've learned, or what I can recommend to Mark to improve, is that stop shooting yourself so much. It's generally better to shoot the dealer. The other things I would say would be consider, so especially when there's lower bullet counts and you have more predictable outcomes, just look for those guaranteed 1s or 2s, that sort of thing. You skipped over the guaranteed at least 1 with the handcuffs and the handsaw at one point, which would have made the next loadout a lot easier to navigate. Would have had a very good shot of just winning. But overall, I mean, I think he played relatively well. Better than the average Buckshot player that I see. I just think that he's falling into the trap of thinking, well, you know, if there's 2 live and 4 blanks, then the odds are better that I shoot myself and then I get rid of a blank and I have a better chance of shooting the opponent, right? But that is not how the math works out. See, it's like a back and forth, right? Especially when the dealer is stupid and he's as equal to shoot himself as he is you. You want to mostly just fire into dealer. But if there were no items involved at all, you would never shoot yourself. ever. It is only going to be neutral or worse to shoot yourself. With items involved, there are plenty of times when you want to be shooting yourself to maybe guarantee get to the next loadout, etc., etc. But they're more rare than people think. And so you want to consider those, but rarely do you want to follow through with it, especially if there is more than one live. I could maybe think of a scenario where there's like 2 live and maybe you shoot yourself, but generally, if there's more than 1 live, you are not shooting yourself ever. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Mark. Really fun to watch you play. You're a delightful person. And I hope that the audience got something out of my commentary. I hope that this isn't treated as a react video. I was trying to actually genuinely give some insightful commentary on Mark's play. And I think it can give you a better idea of how to play the game better. So anyway, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.